You're listening to Fox on the Wire podcast.
Get it on, get it in, ya. All right, cheers, boys.
Cheers.
All right, great to be here. Thanks for having us
Cheers.
down, Cragos.
Thank you.
Long time.
That is delicious.
Sweet.
All right, are we good?
Let's do it. We are great.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode number 89 of Fox on the Wire. We are in person with the one and only Luciano and Anth from Warbirds. Welcome, fellas.
Thank you for having us.
What is going on with you guys?
We're keeping cool. We're trying to cool down. It's been freaking hot, man, the last few days. But yeah, we just played our last show last week at Cherry, and then we're kind of going to sit down, reevaluate, and get back in the studio and write new stuff with the guys now, which we haven't done before. So it's pretty exciting.
It's the off season now. No more shows for 2024.
Yeah.
So we just basically said, great. This is the time now to dig in. So the new era, officially the new era of Warbirds.
Very exciting. Yeah, you guys have had a big year gig-wise. Finished with a bang at Cherry
Killer show.
the other
Killer
week.
night.
Have you sort of had a chance to look back at the year that has been?
No, man, because it's happened so quick. We just said it now. It's about a year and 3 weeks. Probably a bit more. A year and a couple of months that we had the podcast when I first kind of met you properly.
Yeah.
And for the UK tour, so that's like a memory, like a distant memory now. That it's like a perfectly written novel now, whereas back then it was just kind of crazy and stuff. And you look back, and it was an awesome experience, man. So
Yeah.
I'll say it's probably like the good thing is Facebook always throws those on this day
Memories.
Yeah.
So during that November period, end of October, November period when we were doing the tour. And every day you're seeing a new photo or something, different town you're in.
You think, I remember that. Was that a year ago?
Yeah, it's like, wow, I just cannot believe, and we're all sending this stuff to each other as well. Like, man, look, when we walked over Abbey Road, at that time, I'm thinking, like, what, a year ago, for real?
Yeah.
So obviously that was more the, the start of everything. Because I went and did about 3 shows in Melbourne and then did the UK tour, which was the bulk of it, because we did about 11 or 12 shows, whatever it was. So that was the beginning of everything, I guess. So it's important looking back on things like that, because that really got things really charged into this year, because we know the heck out of the songs. We didn't change the sets a whole lot.
Everything was up in the air. I mean, you were at that point a hired gun, so to speak, and that was your gig.
That was,
and then we'll reevaluating when we got back and. Yeah, so it's shocked. Well, I'm just shocked it's fucking December, honestly.
Yeah, it's very hot in Melbourne today, so we're sort of, you might hear some birds in the background.
Which is nice.
It's peaceful.
It's relaxing.
But, if I don't have the window open up here, it's going to get pretty hot pretty quick.
Do you not own a pair of shorts?
I don't really wear shorts, man. Like, I haven't got nice legs like you. They're nice and strong, but they're very white and, lots of veins and stuff. And so, I prefer to keep them hidden when I can. But, good to have you guys in person.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was about a year ago we did, maybe a little bit longer, we did an episode online with you guys, but it's just not quite the same. And
it's great being here in person.
Yeah.
I thought this is a bit of a make-up episode for that, because we didn't have the best sound quality and that sort of thing. So just wanted to hang out with you guys anyway.
It's awesome.
And have some
pleasure.
Have some beers.
Couple of
That's it.
nice cold beers on a warm day.
Our sponsor for the show.
Yeah. So you've got Order from Chaos. This was released late last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was effectively ready in 2019. The story, man. So it was shelved through COVID. I didn't see a point to release an album we can't play for. And but it was a blessing in disguise as well. A lot of bands kind of sold their gear and got jobs, and over those years, so it was good to have a product ready to go, I guess, in a way. It was painful though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah, cool. And you actually don't see that very often. Like, usually people will have that like fully printed, but to actually see the chrome of it or whatever.
Put on a back 90s. There we go.
It's all Van Halen, man, honestly.
Yes.
Good look at the Van Halen discs. Yeah.
Well, you're in good company with a few of the amps.
100%. I'm very happy here, man. Yeah.
The Van Halen wall. So, these are...
Feel at home.
Yes, good. So 2025, we'll see some new music from you guys,
100%.
or working on at least.
Yeah, look, I wrote a lot of songs at the start of the lockdowns when it was kind of fun. I mean, it was kind of guilt-free. Stay home, trackies on, have an extra glass of wine, stay up a bit later or whatever it was, And so I've got a whole bunch of. I've got a good handful of songs that are kind of. I don't want to say complete, but they're in form.
Yeah.
And then I've got a bunch of ideas as well that I want to evolve and to bring into the studio where we can jam it out and just see what happens. That's my favourite thing, and where you might have an intro and possibly a chorus or something, and we just jam it out and just let it naturally grow and write it on the fly.
Yeah.
I love doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's all about.
I mean, you got to do, as a songwriter, I guess you got to do some of it yourself at home to a point, to the point where you feel comfortable taking it in and collaborating.
Look, sometimes you can write a song start to finish in half an hour, lyrics and everything. Yeah. If you get on that creative wave, and that's also awesome.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you might just have an idea or just a rough melody that you might scat, and then you take that just a basic idea. They might not go anywhere, but also, drummer might play something, the bassist might play a different chord progression or something, and then all of a sudden it becomes its own thing,
Springs a little.
I love that.
Springs the leak and you go in a different direction.
Best feeling.
Just start.
Yeah.
That's it. Start with something and build.
Yeah. It's So have you guys sort of written as a trio in this current form yet and sort of jammed out new songs? No.
This is the exciting
That's pretty
time.
exciting. Like you've had a pretty good build up to that.
Yeah.
So that'll be awesome.
That's what the summer's going to be about. Like I'm saying, we finished the season now. Last gig last week was the final game of the season.
Yep.
And now we need the summertime to really dig in. Look, with Anth's shot through a couple of song ideas.
Yeah.
Pretty much nearly completed song ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to just, I guess, having my time now to sitting at home and really sinking my teeth into them and come up with as many ideas as I can for them and seeing what's going to work where. And that's what it's going to be about now. We really want to get this thing kicking in 2025, have a whole new, fresh set. And again, new sound, but I guess that's the new era of Warbirds for 2025 and beyond.
Yeah. Do you suspect it might sound quite different to something like off this album?
More of the same. I mean, the album is pretty diverse anyway.
It is very,
it'll be more of the same but different. So I want to push. I want to get heavier and also lighter as well. So kind of push that light and shade kind of thing. So, I'm not afraid of writing a ballad. Something,
Gotta love a ballad.
We
love our ballads, don't we?
Yeah.
hey, my symphony ended up on one of our friends' top most played of 2024. Shout out to Steph.
But man. So it'll be more of the same, I think. But it's different.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Have you got somewhere where you sort of want to record?
Not specifically. I've done most of the Warbirds stuff with Matt Robbins at Colour Sound.
Oh yeah.
He and I had a pretty good working relationship. He's a singer and guitarist too.
Yep.
I especially like doing vocals there and working on different harmonies and things like that. But also locked in loosely with Dave Warner and the guys at Headstone as well. So mixing it up might be fun as well. So honestly, there's no specific kind of thing. I'm currently building a studio as well.
Nice.
So I wouldn't mind being able to track guitars at home.
Yeah.
And that way, you're not looking at the clock going, okay, that was half an hour. That was, time is money kind of thing.
Yep.
So go in when you're inspired and if you could spend 2 days straight if you want or whatever. So that is my short-term project is getting that happening. So I'm just about there, man. I just laid the floorboards down, and so it'll be kind of a semi-garage rehearsal space plus my own.
Yeah, it saves a lot of money. Like rehearsal rooms aren't cheap these days.
That's up, man.
Like it does add up, and if you can sort of, I've kind of got to the stage now where I like to try and track guitars here and even vocals as well.
Yep.
Like I still like the idea of going to the studio, but you're looking at that clock.
Yeah, look, there is something when you go, okay, I'm going to studio today, I'm ready to go, and I'll, it's a good thing, you sleep on it, whatever. But as a singer, some days you can't sing.
Yeah.
You can. And you get into the studio and it's hopeless.
Yeah.
So same. I want to buy a little bit of hardware, get some good proper consoles and things like that.
Yeah.
And just have it set up if I can get a good quality product. So yeah, I can't wait for that as well.
Whole new batch of songs.
Yeah,
Smash out.
Gonna be good.
Yeah. You got many in the can to bring to the band?
there's probably half a dozen.
Yeah.
Probably kind of I don't want to say complete, but like you know, and probably another half a dozen half ideas.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of riffs, man. I'll just on my phone.
Yeah.
If I'm just jamming on the couch and I go, "Oh, this sounds good."
Yeah.
Some of them don't make sense when you listen back. You just hear this twangy thing, but no, so it's heaps of ideas. So it's just more having the space and the time, quality space and quality time.
Yeah. What's generally the process for you, sort of sitting around writing? Like, are you just sitting on the couch with a guitar and come up with a riff, or are you deliberately sitting down, right, I'm going to write something?
Nah, that never works.
Nah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I wish, man.
Yeah.
No, it's usually at the weirdest times. Sometimes you don't expect, you might pick up your acoustic. I always have an acoustic lying around.
Yeah.
And sometimes you pick it up and everything you do sounds good almost, or sounds inspiring.
Yeah.
So it's just catching the moment. Sometimes I might have a good lyric that the whole song might stem from, and a bit of a harmony there, and so be based from that and kind of go backwards. But usually it's the music first.
Yeah.
A riff or a chord progression or something, a drum beat or a groove, and then kind of see where it takes off.
That's good, because he's sent me a couple of tracks already that he wants me to kind of get stuck into.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Over the break. So when I write my drum parts, I'll just block out a day for writing. I'm not gonna do anything else in there. If I do anything today, it's right for that song.
Yeah.
And I usually have with my style of writing, it's what I call the Guitar Hero method. Remember the game Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
So think of you had the songs in the game there, but there was difficulty levels. The highest difficulty was pretty much literally note for note, as technical as whatever the song is. But then as you kind of pegged it down, the levels became, if you went all the way to the bottom, it was a bit more simplistic, but it's something still fit with the song. So I generally write things in at least 3 or 4 levels, where I'll have a real basic templated version.
Yep.
Second one, I'll start adding a few more things. Next, I'll make it even chunkier, and then I'll have another level where I'll be like, okay, I'm going all in.
Yeah.
Basically, out of all of that that's where I go, okay, well, I'll listen to all the versions I have. You don't want to, and you try to balance that whole thing and find what bits, whether it's really simple or all the way, super technical or whatever it might be, and everything in between, and how is that bit going to work in there. So I have about, those different levels that I work with to try and complement the song, because
this is all new to me.
Oh. Well, I told you. I'd already.
No. You say you kind of lock yourself away, but
yeah. So that's it. So locking discussed it. I told me I'd lock myself away.
Yeah.
This is how I write.
Yeah.
I don't want any other distractions
Yep.
on that day. This is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the writing goes, I've always had that kind of tiered setup process, and then go, okay, I'll listen back and and then I'll kind of cut and paste, basically cut and pasting whatever ideas I have, and then kind of mixing it together to make the song, Then I'll present it. Then I will present it to you.
Yeah.
And
okay, this is rubbish.
And so it's all good. Start again. So that's what I'm excited for, because I can't just have the one idea and go, oh yeah, that was good.
What is this shit?
Fuck, we chose the wrong guy.
That's it. So, what have we done? So we'll go from there and see how it goes. So there you go. Yeah, news to you, mate.
It's funny. I do the opposite. I'm more like, it's a different instrument, I suppose, but
yeah,
I do things off the fly and don't think about it. And if I'm recording, if I'm like sitting at in the studio situation where I have a basic kind of demo setup, and if I've got a riff, I'll just go to a bridge and see where I go and where it leads and feel it through almost, and just kind of almost wing it through.
Yeah.
Not consciously go, okay, I better go to a C sharp here and then the D, and then I'll cascade, and just feel it through, and then listen back and go, fuck, this is good, or that's crap, or maybe I should have done this. And it's nice to listen back, and like a similar process, but I like to just kind of naturally just play things. And sometimes you wake up the next morning and listen back, you go, this is awesome. So sometimes maybe not every time, but
It's sometimes interesting listening back.
Yeah.
Like even the next day. Or
If it still sounds fresh and
So are you much of a theory sort of musician? Like, are you much into do you know much theory, and do you approach the writing?
No, look, I know what I'm doing without telling you what I know. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I did basic theory back in high school. You know, and learned very basic sight reading. So majority when it comes to soloing, I know my modes roughly. I just I use it more like you would your voice.
Yeah.
So instead of going, okay, I'm going to play Dorian here and A minor or whatever. I know my shapes, but I also just use it as a voice. So I'm just singing a solo, so to speak. But I wish I did. I wish if I had the time, I would love to do some lessons and do some formal theory just for maybe 3 or 4 months. Just to have a better idea of understanding what I'm doing. But no, I learned by ear, man. The old school, where you bought guitar mags, CDs. There was no YouTube and stuff of people showing you how to play it. So now I knew how to play Eruption when I was about 15.
Wow.
I was pretty good, but was it really that perfect? Probably not. But you develop your own skills trying to learn, Satriani's solo in that song or Sambora's solo in that song or whatever.
Yeah.
And then while you might be doing a shit job of replicating them, you're kind of creating your own style. And I think you implement, might be into Roth, whatever, and listen to some Vi that week or that month. Or, I got into Dave Gilmour for a while. So then you're doing the Strat thing. When I first got a big tube amp, I got really into Steve Ray Vaughan. I had a telly, the standard American telly into a loud Class A tube amp is the best. You crank that up and all of a sudden I'm not playing Dream Theater anymore. I'm just
totally different.
Yeah. So I think learning like that was very beneficial.
So many players to look up to. And
you just not steal, but you inherit some of these different techniques that they have, and you make your own.
Yeah. But they admit they do that too.
Of course they did.
Yeah. And then, they always talk about that sort of stuff. So, what about from your point of view, Looch? Are you the 3 modes or the 3 stages? Is that a theory sort of thing, or just options? Or
it kind of came about when I was, and as I am still teaching. Yeah. With my teaching, I'd have a student who may have only been playing for about a year or so, and they want to do like a Metallica song, a fast song with a lot of fills. Whatever else. It's just it doesn't mean Metallica, just like some metal song. But they're not quite at that level yet. But they really want to learn this song. And I'm just kind of thinking, okay, well look, they want to learn the song, get him into the song. So I kind of thought, I used to play this game, Guitar Hero, a lot back in the day, whether I was doing the guitar one or the drum version of it. I guess I got inspiration more from the drumming side of it, where you could play any of those levels. You're playing, if you're playing a simplified version, okay, it's good enough to get you into the song. Because okay, that works. Yeah. Then as the years kind of went on, I started thinking, okay, well, that'd be a good idea to bring into my teaching there. So that's kind of where it all came from there, which is why it's called the Guitar Hero method. Yeah. So when learning or writing for songs, that's kind of how I attack it, and then I like to present that to others as well. That's my little, inspiration in that regard there.
Yeah. Guess you could apply that to a lot of things. Like you can't always, start from scratch, not knowing something, and then expect to play that song Lars Ulrich straight away.
Exactly. Yeah. I had that baptism of fire style of, I was a hard rock, 70s and 80s hard rock metal guy. Yeah. And then I heard Dream Theater for the first time. And that was my theory, if you want to call it that, where you could do so much else with music, and especially those early albums like Images, Change of Seasons, Awake. So he's one of my biggest influences, especially that era. So I thought outside the box, and all right, learn a Dream Theater song, and you learn Pull Me Under. Like you can play some of that, man. It's not easy, but. Yeah. And you've developed a technique, and so that song's actually achievable.
Yeah, it's a building block.
And some other, some other songs like you just chip away at them and go, fuck this song, we'll give this a rest for a while, and then come back next week and try and master that little solo bit or whatever.
But even if you're just pulling bits out of somewhere, okay, well, it's like, well, cool, that's enough to inspire me to get to that next level.
Yeah, exactly. I've never done then something like, holy crap, I could actually pull this off, Yeah. Same.
Good feeling.
Yeah.
There we go.
Doesn't he do Petrucci? He does like sort of schools.
like a camp, like a
camps. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, imagine going to that.
And he has his friends rock up. And,
yeah.
it's really good. I saw some of that.
I think he was on Ola England.
Ola, that's the guy, man. I watched his
Sunday with Ola.
Yeah, but he actually went to his camp.
Yeah.
So there was like the backstage footage of him doing the thing.
Yeah.
And he buckled. I think they put him on stage.
Yeah.
And he was a bit starstruck. I think he dropped the pick or something. It was just like,
no.
And, which I'd freeze in that situation anyway.
Oh,
but,
absolutely.
Yeah. But I haven't watched that one with Portnoy and Petrucci. Is that one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that
I
one yet.
started watching it. I haven't finished it.
Yeah.
But, it's pretty cool that
They're back. Yeah.
and they went to see him in person, and he's a huge fan of Dream Theater.
Yeah.
I grew up on a little bit of Dream Theater. I never got right into them, but a couple of those early albums, it was a bit too proggy for me, I think, but I appreciated
so many hooks.
the musicianship.
They made prog cool. I think they're just the band that made prog cool.
As cool as it can get.
To an extent. I mean, come on, right? I don't want to go too over the top here, but they had the hooks. They had the.
What I liked is that
catchiness.
you need to hear a song or listen to a song sometimes 4, 5, 6, 10 times.
Yeah.
And you go, I get it now.
Yeah.
Or that chorus that sounded shit to begin with is like fucking amazing.
Now I get
things
it.
like that. Yeah. So I like that.
Do you think people are that patient with music these days?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's horrible. It's
the
old school is probably still
for much.
nah.
No, that's the whole social media thing, just the quick hit, you know.
For the new generation.
For the new generation, the old schools like us, the 30s and 40s, and beyond, they still have an interest, and they're still interested in like new albums and new songs and having that because they're brought up through that. The younger generation is more, definitely. If they listen to 20 seconds of a song, this snippet will be good on my TikTok because it's trending.
I always say, look, for example, I always use listening to albums in the past. For example, Van Halen's Little Dreamer on the first album. That wouldn't be the first song that I go, this is fucking awesome, love this song. But on the album, when you listen to the album and you give it a chance, and it's one of my favourite songs. But it's great because it's on that album, right? So that body of work sounds different when it's played in its entirety, and unfortunately that's gone. In a way,
due to streaming, I guess.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, just too much out there. It's like, how do you consume so much?
No, but you don't have to buy anything.
Yeah,
that's why you don't own anything. So it's just at your fingertips. So, back again, I was sounding old, but back in the day, you buy an album for a couple of songs, but you had to commit to the fucking album.
I spent this money. Might as well.
You might have a quick listen. Man.
And then, you might have brought it for a couple of songs, but then you discover all these other ones that you wouldn't have discovered.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the last album, and then you buy the next one.
Yeah.
I discovered so much music and so many bands like that. Yeah.
And you go into the back catalogue.
Yeah. And the ones that influenced them.
Yep.
Like, you bounce from Skid Row to Guns N' Roses to Motley Crue.
It was more of an appreciation. That's what it was. And I was having a chat with someone the other day about albums, or bands, how we used to talk about bands almost like they were a sports team.
Yeah.
Like especially like if they were like rival bands. I love Metallica, and the other guy likes Megadeth, and
that's still around.
Would just but that's what we grew up. We grew up in, and it was just that constant battle of this is better, he's better, he's a better guitarist, he's a better singer.
But what was good also is when you had your mates that they would have those albums. Looch, listen to this, or
the sharing of it, the real sharing.
Take it home and go, fuck, I love this, man, and I love like those memories are awesome. Like I love discovering.
Borrowing CDs every week, you trade with your mates. So that was the appreciation of it there. And you like a new album came out and your mate bought it, you didn't have enough money to buy that album, so you'd be like, oh, when you're listened to it a million times, can I borrow it off you? It's like, oh no, I've got to give it to somebody else first. it was I look back on that, I think it was such a charm of an era. That because that was the appreciation of it. You spent your time, your money, you worked for it. As a kid, you'd work for $5 an hour to save up. And I remember I did the Chili Peppers albums. I busted my ass every summer just to buy
the booklet and those
everything. And the package, the whole package meant something.
Like it's kind of like I say this about wine. like you look at the front cover and you interpret what the album's going to sound like based on
judge a book by its cover.
And like you know, if a bottle of wine's, if the label looks good, it's like it already tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it creates its own kind of thing.
Plus, it was good for building friendships.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
mates as
sharing
well.
a common interest there. Yeah, so that was it, and there was that interaction. It wasn't stuck behind a screen and chatting with someone from another, 10 kilometers away. You were there. You were living it. And I think even still today, with anything you do, I think that still human interaction is still the key. It is essential. Yeah. Dude, we could go into a whole other sphere of conversation with this. I'll tell you.
Well, it's all connected, really, isn't it? It's just different aspects of it. And I think that's one, like music sharing, album sharing with mates is one all three of us obviously experienced growing up. It's nice to have Spotify or Apple Music and everything at the tip of your fingers. It's great. I still buy albums.
Yeah, they sound. I mean, if you've got the gear, putting a disc in, hardware, it sounds dynamically so different, so much better than a compressed file that's being streamed. So that's the first thing I did when I bought my car. That speakers, amps, and everything, because I love driving and cranking up some tunes and listening to it sonically how it should be heard.
Yeah. It just made me think. In my last episode, I was talking with Jack the Bear about. Where do you listen to like a mixed or a mastered version of the song? What
car, man?
It's a car for you too.
That's
funny.
Even doing this album would go, we'll get like a rough mix, a pre-master mix, and sit there, crank it up, and flatten all the EQ, and and that's a reference.
It's funny, isn't it?
They say car and the the pods, like the Apple one specifically, because every Apple user has those, so they'll use. Yeah. They sound like shit, but but it's again, you got to go to the common, receiver, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, look, the phone, speaker out of your phone is pretty good these days, but it's
it's
not.
No, forget it. No, this shit.
Yeah.
But there is a thing to say if you uploaded these files to your phone and listen it to a Bluetooth speaker as well, could be a reference point because you do that. As well.
Yep.
Like I was curious when we were mastering that, so that's a good. I can't believe it was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was Joe Carra from Crystal Mastering.
Yes.
Did the mastering. He's an awesome guy.
Yep.
And I asked him, "Do you master music to vinyl or CD or for streaming?" And he's like, "No, I just master the best." I think maybe he might have certain techniques or strategies or whatever, but he goes, "I just make it sound the best it can."
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah,
there's only so much they can do.
That's the end goal.
They can't change the mix. Like when you get it mastered, like you
can't cater for everything possible.
So you give it to someone, let them sort it and go. Yeah. That's what you're paying for. Like it's in your hands now. You take care of it.
So teaching's all finished for this year, Looch?
2 weeks, baby.
Oh, 2 more weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks. Been a great year.
Yeah.
Hell of a year. Oh.
You've been crushing it this year.
It has been so good. We were talking about, we and I were talking about it, the first podcast we did back in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Before the world turned to absolute shit. Yeah? Can you believe that? That was fun doing that.
That was just before?
Just before. Because I was, when Anth was in the band as well, Tear Gas. We were doing the about to get ready for Melodic Rock Festival.
Yeah,
that also went was a
disaster
as well.
Oh, I remember we were talking about that on
that was on the one. Yeah,
did we end up playing it?
We did nothing at all. We ended up the whole thing got cancelled. All good. Yeah, that's good. Sorry, just quick.
Just doing the audio.
The old tech check. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, all good. And we're still here. Good. Yeah. So that was around then, and I was then just before COVID doing a bit of my teaching, trying to build my business. And this is funny. I was talking with one of my students the other day. We were actually discussing. I said, "Oh, how long ago was it that I started teaching you?" And it was trying to think. It was about 2019, 2020, yada yada. So I sat there and looked at my records of every my accounting side of things in that lesson, and I looked at the thing. And at that point, I had 14 students, which I thought was pretty good. I was like, that's cool, 14 students. Yeah. Now I've got 43 students, and I have like flat out like no more allocations. I can't fit anybody in unless I start working Saturdays.
Allocation exhausted.
Allocation exhausted.
Maxed out.
Tickets, yeah.
Done. That's it.
That's good, man. That's
It's like
great.
ticket.
Yeah.
Allocation exhausted.
You have to scalp your lessons online. Find a scalper to sell your
The
spot.
website has crashed.
So it's been amazing. That's it. It's been amazing because it's something that I was able to use COVID. Okay, as much as that time was the worst, it also gave me the opportunity to start building the brand. It's like, okay, start doing some videos at home, get a logo done, be serious about it. Start the socials pages, just this here, this there, whatever. Because then by the time, because then when the doors open again officially, you've got something there to then deliver to the world, and definitely made the most of that. And this year has definitely been the best year of that. Again, exhausted allocation now. I did my first student concert, which only happened.
It's got to be a t-shirt.
Sorry,
that's got to be a t-shirt. Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah,
that's almost an album. No.
Allocation exhausted.
Sort of.
Watch this space. I like this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
it's gonna be a fucking. Right? It's gonna be a post tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you.
Look what you've done.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
awesome.
been great, and like I said, I had my first. I was finally able through demand and just and for me confidence to do it. Do my first student concert, which I did 2 weeks ago.
Yes, tell us about it.
Oh, what a day.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I just said, I want to do this. In my head, wanting to do one was always going to be determined by the venue that I chose. Because I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe I'll choose like a community hall or something and just hire out a PA. And, there's places around my area. There's places everywhere, to be honest. But then at the start of the year, we did the venue which we rehearsed at over at Headstone Records / the Graveyard Bar.
Cool.
We rehearsed there, but then for one of our friends, Octavia, she was doing a fundraiser show there for her cheerleading comp overseas, which she absolutely crushed. So it was with Warbirds, and it was with her and another fantastic guitarist, Hannah, which has now become Cherry Octane, which is the cover band.
Yes.
So we did Warbirds, Cherry Octane gig, and that was sold out. We sold all the tickets,
Of course.
which was fantastic.
Allocation exhausted.
Allocation. We're just crushing it, man.
Sorry.
We're just crushing it. This is great. Keep it coming. Come on. That's what it's about.
That's awesome.
So as we're playing, so Warbirds opened the show. We started. Actually, a friend of ours, Tom, actually opened up acoustic set. But then when we got on stage for Warbirds to do our set, I was just playing. More of the crowd had filed in. I'm looking around this venue that. I'm thinking, as I'm playing, this would be a sick venue to do the student concert in.
I'm thinking this guy's fucking up the song.
He's thinking about his own. He's thinking about his own shit.
Like that's it. The brain's always scatterbrain at the best of time.
It never finishes, man.
No, it's just
The mouse keeps running.
That's it. The wheel keeps turning. So anyway, that was the inspiration. I was like, this would be a good place to do it, and if I can secure it, then. Boom! I'm going to do it. I was more pumped because I know the venue, I know the feel, I know what I'm going for.
Yeah.
It's the Graveyard Bar. It's very much like I think it's a capacity of about 100 or so in there. 80 to 100, yeah. Good looking bar, good looking stage, just good looking everything. It's very much a rock feel.
Yeah.
And I said, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to put on this luchador music concert, it's got to be to what I want. I don't want it just in some hall, stale feel, get people just to line up. Chairs everywhere. Everyone sits down and just waits for the next person to come. I want this to be like a concert, essentially like a concert. So, I had announced that yes, this is going to happen during the term 3 holidays, which was in September, I think it was. And once I announced it to all the students, I said, okay, well, good. Now I got to put the work in. So. It was good because the guys at the venue there, they did the sound. The bar was going to be open. Little food venues there. I got some banners made up. Did a little bit of promotional stuff. Just for the day. Little merchandise advertisements. What else was there? Had big banners made up. 2 drum kits up there. Everything. All these.
He had banners. He had banners as well. 2 of them.
And they were really cool.
Yeah,
they just
cool.
looked really cool on stage. 2 drum kits. So everything I kind of had in my head.
Kits.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So one bigger kit for just the
for him.
Yeah, just for me, just to look cool.
Yeah.
And then my smaller kit for the younger ones or the anyone could have used anything. That was basically it.
Yeah.
28 students performed. basically everything as far as how I wanted the day to run. You know, people coming in, you know, getting relaxed, having a drink, having something to eat. If they want to move around the place, great. You know, just keep it respectful to the artists when they're playing.
Yeah.
I emceed the whole thing, so in between songs, I'm calling people. I'm having the best time. You put a microphone in front of me.
I was having a good time, man.
Wish I was there.
It was a vibe, man.
I feel like I missed out.
You put a microphone in front of me, and I'm just like, I feel like the most powerful man in the room because nobody can talk over me. No, nobody can talk over me even without a microphone anyway.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's kind of like that was the feeling. It was all the students just killed it. Had an amazing time. The feedback was sensational. It was everything I had pictured in my head and more.
You nailed it.
And I walked off there freaking exhausted. Once the day was over, I was just out of gas.
We played the night before as well. So.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm playing that gig and even my head's in a spin thinking about the concert the next day. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Again, the feedback has been nothing short of just spectacular, positive, and people just wanting more. So we go again in 2025.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I'm so appreciative of the support from the families, the students, everyone that put their time and even people who were offering, you know, oh, if you need help, I'll help you with this or set up this. I'm like, this is great. But for the most part, initially, it was like, I got to do this all by myself. I need to do this because that's how I'm going to know. And then I'll know in the future what I need will happen. I had one of my students who didn't play on the day. She did all the ticketing and things like that for me, which was fantastic. It was sweetheart Sue. She's lovely. But no, look, it was everything. It was fantastic, and there's going to be more of it because why not share the magic of music, playing in front of an audience, and like I was saying before about the human connection, how important that is. All my students and families were able to all kind of come together, sharing the common bond, love of drums and music. And it was good even afterwards, after the show as well. Like once, a lot of people left, but a lot of people stayed. A lot of people had never met each other before. Different drummers, all just talking. You know, anything from your teenagers to your adults. It was like, this is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted to see from this, to get that vibe and bring a community together. So it felt very, very warm in the heart, and I was buzzing for a couple of days. Like as tired as I was afterwards, like I barely slept. I just revisiting in my head the event. So it was beautiful.
That's a huge effort, man. You should be very proud of yourself to pull all that together. And
it was great.
Like that's music sort of can bring everyone together in that way.
It does, and that's what it's all about. And it's self-discovery. It's self-discovery for the student, because I guarantee you about 2/3 of the students that had never played on stage, they were all nervous as hell that day because they don't know what to expect. You know, they're used to playing this song, 100%, 100 times in their own room, but then now there's people in front of them.
It's a whole different ballgame.
It is, It's like all these strange people, But mate, when they got on stage, it's like, you just did everything you did when I see you in the rehearsal room, and you crushed it. Now, next time you know what to expect.
It's good for them to have that experience.
You got to do it.
Are they all young or like some older
anything
students?
Anything from 7. I've got a bunch of 7. The youngest are 7. I've got a bunch of 7-year-olds. But anything all the way up to about 65.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were all just awesome. And it was so good. Different skill levels. Yeah. But, it didn't matter what they were playing. It was all to do with get on stage, have a go. The only way you're going to build your confidence is to get up there and do it. That's it. There's no I can't prepare you for that. You have to do it now. You've done the work. Now go show the world what you're made of.
That's it.
And it was like, like I said, my heart was just full of warmth that day.
Look forward to the next one.
Yes.
Can anyone come along?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it was open to public. Again, it was limited, so I had to word everybody up first and say, again, just the numbers of students versus how many people could be there. So I was like, oh, geez. I've got to make sure all the parents or guardians can be there, or partners. So I actually had to message everybody a couple of days after putting the tickets live saying, if you're going to buy tickets initially, please just buy 2 per household. Just because I still need to get confirmed numbers of how many students are going to do it. Because I've got, again, it was 41 or 42 students I had.
That's a lot.
And I still hadn't confirmed how many were going to be performing on the day. So I'm thinking, oh, geez, well, if it's going to be 40 are going to perform, then it's going to be 2 per household. Anyway, maths, all that kind of stuff. All was good. Everything was done. And then once all the tickets had been sold, it was about 60 that had been sold. I said, it's open game now. Let's go. So almost sold it out. 75 of 80.
Ooh,
Damn.
very close.
But no, the joint was pumping. It was great.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So
Good stuff.
next year, mate.
Yeah, let me know and I'll try and come
got
down. Yeah, that's awesome. So what's the history with you two, sort of, because you guys go back a while, don't you? I know we covered it in the last podcast,
the man crush.
Oh yeah,
The man crush.
Yeah, let's freshen it up. Where do you guys?
We love
where
this
did you
story.
guys
We all
meet?
love this story. Yeah.
Take us back.
Freshen it up.
Yeah,
You go.
Here we go.
I should have brought more beer.
That's it.
Yeah.
I got some downstairs.
Awesome.
So the year was 2012, my
Okay,
friends.
I've got to just interject, man.
Okay.
He's a fucking calendar. He's a
Oh,
human
no.
calendar. He remembers dates, times. It's insane, man.
You can't let anything slip.
It's not normal.
He's a numbers man.
It's
One,
numbers.
two,
It's
three,
all numbers.
4.
Yeah. That's what it is.
November, December.
That's it.
It's unbelievable.
So,
Yeah.
Anyway, go.
Well, yeah, it was. The numbers and the dates. Well, that's it. It comes down to, I guess,
2012.
it was towards 2012. Myself, I was in a band called Moments Apart.
Yep.
And our singer Al, we were both at this gig. His partner was in another band at the time. So we thought, okay, cool. We'll go down to this show down at the Prague, which was in
Awesome place.
Northcote, Thornbury.
Remember that place?
Thornbury, yeah.
Man, what a joint! Oh, man,
I know,
that
what a
was
shame.
Great location, great venue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big place.
it was good.
Yeah. It was so nice inside.
Yeah.
Looked really cool, huh? Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
did they
still
put too much money onto the inside and just maybe they overdid it?
who knows? But yeah, it's
Because it wasn't there long, was it? Really?
I reckon I went there for about 2 years. Yeah, I reckon
Yeah.
probably 2 years. Yeah,
Maybe, I don't know.
yeah. But it was a great gig venue, and I was fortunate enough to play there a couple of times.
Yeah.
But anyway, we Al and I went down to go see.
I've got to just say.
Here we go. I'll get the story done eventually. Go on.
I actually had this fucking awesome pair of new pants that I bought for this gig. I'm not sure if it was that gig, the Scars gig, or Warbirds gig. And I parked at the back. I remember fucking falling over, carrying my gear in, and I ripped a big hole in my jeans.
No, where?
Like, it was, you couldn't kind of see, but I was fucked. And I just bought them. They cost me a fortune, you know. And so while I'm playing, I'm going, fucking, my jeans are fucked.
I spent all this money.
Anyway,
yeah.
I just came to my mind.
Oh, man. How typical is that?
At least
that
it
you
wasn't-
do something
at
like that?
least
So
it
you
wasn't-
go up these, it's all, you know, anyway.
At least it wasn't down the backside. Okay.
It's not easy for a musician to, park and take this shit into half
Yeah,
of these
man,
venues,
I
man.
know.
It's a big effort. Anyway, 2012.
Okay, so we're at this gig. Anyway, Anth was the new guitarist for the band The Scarlets. Who, you remember them? They were a little while as well.
I remember the name.
So I come down to support the night, and Al, my singer, was there, and his partner was
singing,
the singer of the band that now Anth is playing in. So The Scarlets. Okay,
So the bassist in that band is the bassist in Elm Street
Okay.
now, which is an awesome.
gee, we get around, don't we?
Vintage, classic metal band.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just there just to support the night, enjoy the night, see my friends, yada yada. Go watch Scarlets, and okay, cool. And this new guy on guitar. Okay, so I swear to God. Now, when I go watch shows as a drummer, my eyes just always, I watch the band, but my eyes will always veer towards the drummer. It's just because I'm a drummer. I just will always veer there.
I do the same.
Yeah, or for the guitarist though.
No, for the drummer.
You look at the drummer.
Yeah.
Why?
I think I said it in our last podcast. As a compliment to you, I always like watching a good drummer.
Oh,
But I do,
that's so
obviously
sweet.
check out the guitarist as well.
Oh, how sweet are you?
Bit of fret
I'm
watching.
similar though. Like the drums will make or break a band. Doesn't matter how good the rest of the musicians are.
Truth to that.
Yeah.
To that. Anyway, so usually just look at the drummer anyway, because that's just naturally what happens. But anyway, and I'd seen the Scarlets play a few times. They'd already had a couple of different guitarists in that time. Very punky, very raw sounding. This guy comes in,
Totally different.
awesome gear, awesome pedal, awesome, just everything. Guitar's awesome, awesome look.
I had the first 5150 free
Right.
EVH head and cab. So it was probably the first one in the country, I think. It was an American one that was imported before they were on sale here.
Yeah.
And I had to carry a step down transformer, like it was full on, man. So I actually had that changed eventually. But so I had the big ivory rig.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't carry the box and the 100-watt plus head anymore, but the full get up,
full on, and it was. Mate, you sold yourself well that night because yes, I was looking at this new guy the whole night because this dude is freaking ripping it on stage, like playing the F out of his instrument.
Yeah.
The songs have never sounded fuller before. It sounded like a guitarist was finally in the band, and his faces he's making, he's ripping the solo. I'm thinking, like I'm just looking at him, like my jaw's on the ground.
Oh my God. The best pants as well.
And the worst, best, most expensive pants. Yeah,
those pants.
Yeah,
I still got them, man.
Oh, hey, it's a legacy now. That's it. You put him on. You know, you got to hang him. Put him in a frame now. Okay.
Did the amp survive the fall on the load-in?
That was the main thing. I saved the amp. These were fucked.
That's all right.
Yeah, the worst.
All right, continue.
Yeah, and just like literally after like every time we do a solo or after every song, like I'd have Al to my right. And we're both just looking at each other like,
who the fuck's this guy?
Jesus.
Look at his pants.
Look at his pants.
He's a fucking asshole.
We're both thinking in our head, this guy is probably a bit too good for this band. Okay, sorry, I can say that now. The band is dissolved. Okay, I can say what I want.
Yeah.
But that's a damn truth. I don't care. Okay. Anyway, like they finished their set. I couldn't wait to get to the front of the stage. I went straight to him. He's gone down to, obviously saw the pedals. Pack up his pedals, and I was just like a screeching girl.
Yeah.
I was just so excited. I'm like, man, you are freaking sick. You are awesome. Like I was praising this guy. I was like, man, what a guitarist. Yeah, so that was all it. I think that's about as far as I went for the day. Just shook your hand, and you had a big smile on your face.
I did the opposite thing, Moments Apart play.
Yeah.
Going, fuck, I like to play in this band, man. I'm thinking I'll probably do not a better job. I reckon I can kind of slide into that position.
Because later that year, we had, I was in that band, Moments Apart, as I was saying. Yeah. Later that year, we had our EP launch at the Evelyn. Were you there?
You said I was. And
I know good friend Dan was there.
If he says you were, you were.
Yeah.
He'll remember that.
You probably remember better than me.
Yeah. I bet you were.
Yeah, I think I was.
Bet you were there.
I used to go there a lot.
Good joint, huh?
Yeah. It's a great joint.
Yeah, so anyway, I remember seeing you in the... Oh, actually, I can see you in any crowd, mate.
We had our EP launch at the Evelyn 2 in 2012.
How about that?
Own kind, yeah.
Oh, wow. What a time. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
anyway.
So we had a different guitarist at the time, but I remember Anth was there.
Yeah.
Great show. We had fun. It was a great EP and all that kind of stuff. But then guitarist just didn't want to do it anymore. And not long after either. It wasn't long after the launch of that. He just doing other things. Wanted to just do less guitar stuff. Just life gets in the way. Okay, basically. We're in the group chat, and Al says, look, your Cole doesn't want to do it, yada yada.
And mind you, Danny's in that band.
Yeah, so, our bass player Danny.
Yeah.
Really?
Danny's so there we go.
Danny's in that band.
You should have mentioned that, shouldn't you? Yeah. So Danny's a bass player in Moments Apart and backing vocals.
And I'd never met him before, so
that's crazy.
So Al's just writing the message saying, he goes, look, we need a guitarist. I was thinking, what do you guys think if I ask Anth from Scarlet's? I couldn't have replied fast enough. I was like, get this guy. Yes, do it. I don't want anybody else. If he says yes, just put him in. No audition. Get him in.
Just pay him what he wants.
Just throw your panties at him. Whatever. Just
big
get
money.
him. Get him.
Huge.
I bet.
Huge.
That's it. See the cars? Just see the castle he lives in, mate. It's crazy. Yeah.
You should see my Subaru, man. It's amazing.
And that was basically, look, he came down to first rehearsal, learnt a bunch of the songs. I couldn't wait to get to rehearsal that day, just then start playing. And that was the start of our musical history, I guess, as far as playing together. We did some a handful of shows, and it was great playing with him. So
they came to the Warbirds gig. We did an EP that I only have hard copies for, so it's not released on streaming or anything like that. And so they came to watch us play at the Gershon Room. There was a night called the Kings and Queens, and that's where the promoter would try and squeeze as many bands on the bill as he possibly could, and have the bands sell as many tickets as he could, right? As they could. And so we got pushed back, and I think we went at 1 a.m. or 1:15 or something.
It was
like
late.
that.
I remember
it was so
very
late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we still had, honestly, I was shocked at anyone. Like, I wouldn't blame anyone for leaving because I think we'll join at like 11:30 and throw another 2 bands on the bill or something and changeovers and you know the drill. And so those guys were there for that gig. We still had a good crowd actually.
Yeah, you had the big.
Yeah. We printed out the Facebook
likes.
So back then, getting the likes was.
So
that was the basis at the time. He goes, man, I'm going to make these little gloves from paper of the Facebook thumbs and send them out so everybody would like us. Like,
give us a like. Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was fun. I enjoyed that.
Anyway.
Good promo.
It's quirk. It's good quirk. Good fun. You know, and we enjoyed it. I enjoy a good quirk.
Yeah.
So that was it there. And then but yeah, like, and we'd always just remain mates again as the years went on. So Moments Apart dissolved.
Shortly after,
2015 that dissolved. 2016 we were asked to do one of the melodic rock festivals, which was great. That was the one. Yeah, this was the 2016 one was a really good one there. Anth was playing guitar, and so was Kyle. So we had the band, our old band Tear Gas. So that was great there. Then we got asked again for the 2021, which unfortunately, as I said, went to shit.
Yeah.
But again, it was the 5 of us again. We did all the rehearsals. We were ready to rock.
So Anth would have been in that.
Yep. Okay, so that was our musical history there. Like, but we'd always been friends. We'd always talked, or I'd been to went to his gigs, or we just went and had dinner or something. So there was the friendship there. When the Warbirds thing had come up, it was more to do with Lee, their long-standing drummer. How long was Lee in the band for?
10 years.
10 years. So he's the classic drummer. Yeah. He's the classic Warbirds.
So he played on all the Warbirds recordings that we have.
Right. Okay.
And same thing, life.
Yeah.
Kind of, get to a crossroads. You choose a career path and things like that. And he couldn't do the tour. And I'm like, fucking, what do we do now? And I remember venting. I was working at Guitar Paradise at the time. And he helped me get this job and he was in the other drum section.
Drummers Paradise, Guitar Paradise.
And I'm kind of going, I'm not sure what's going to happen, man. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. And if I'm going to be able to do it, he's like,
hello.
I didn't
even think about it, man. It's a big expense. You got to, it's a chunk of time. Not anybody can, just drop everything and jump on a plane and go play in a band. Like band members can't do that.
Yeah. I remember how excited you were when you told me about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because look, for me at the time as well, and I know why he didn't ask me, because at the time I was essentially I didn't want to do any more live. I didn't want to do any more. I was focusing on my business. I was continually building up my music school. That was my love. I'm happy to sit in my room and teach and share my knowledge of all the things that I've done. I'm okay. I don't need to play a gig. I don't need to play gigs anymore.
You got over doing the covers thing as well. I think
that was it. I was done with it. I just didn't want to do it. Covers weren't satisfying. Again, I'm happy just to work on my business. That was it. I'm done. But when Anth was I've always loved Warbirds. I love Anth.
Yeah.
And Danny, love the 2 guys. He gives me the shits most of the time, but I still love him. So
is he in the boot outside? Is he? Lock him in the boot.
He's cuffed.
Is he in the boot? Yeah, muzzled. Yeah. So when he said that, when he come to the side and he was kind of bit shitty about it, like, who am I going to ask, I don't know if he was kind of trying to bait me.
It wasn't even at that point. It was more going, I don't think it's going to happen because
he can't do it.
If it gets to the academy, like whatever he's doing at the time, it was more like a question mark. I'm thinking, if it falls through, like I'm fucked and I might not be able to do this.
Yeah, so when he said, when he was kind of, freaking about it and whatever, and I was just like, I just said, do you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Basically, it was basically as simple as that. And like I said it, but obviously I wanted to hear a bit more of the detail about it. I said, first of all, you have to make sure Lee can't do it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. He has to be 100% out, not 99%. He has to be okay. And then we talked about the dates and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay,
because nothing was officially locked in. I think they were still booking shows and things like that. So. From memory, anyway. It's a bit of
it was April. It was like March to April of 2023. So it was still a long time. It was still 6 months away.
Later. I think it was April, May.
Yeah, or around that. It just said, okay. and I remember we were chatting, and you know, before I started teaching, I said, look, I said, you were like, oh, I don't think Lee's gonna do it. I said, okay, look, I gotta go start teaching. We'll talk after we'll talk after. And then you'd spoken to him that time. I saw a message on my phone pop up saying, Lee can't do it. It's yours. Called you afterwards. I said, let's go.
Cool.
I'm in. I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
So
you were so excited.
I was, yeah. And it's like, okay, well, this is kind of like, and yeah, a bit of a rebirth, I guess, because it's, you know, obviously I love the guys.
But
I love the
also,
music.
I mean, talking about the first rehearsal that we had, yeah, he did his homework. He obviously, you know, the excitement that he had. Obviously, you guys spoke, so he really came in prepared and hungry, and that was his 100% primary focus. Like it was, and you can feel it and hear it, and it was like it kicked mine and Danny's asses, basically. You know, like it was what you wanted to hear if you were going to spend a lot of time and money sacrificing. You know, we all got families and shit, man, mortgages, whatever. So you're not going to do it half-assed and just wing it. We're not 25 years old where you can just come back to mum and dad's house or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was, what's the word? It was quality.
Mm.
You know, it was quality.
Yeah, it felt good from the first.
We're
not
going
song,
just to have some fun. We're still going to kind of put the music out there, right?
Yeah.
And not just ticking a. We're ticking a box. We obviously want to do that, but at the same token, we're delivering our product well. You know,
well, that's the thing. Like, when you deliver well, then you have fun doing that. You know, not just getting up there. Just like, you know, I didn't want to go in there and just kind of phone and go, oh yeah, this bit kind of sounds like.
No, that's not how you wanted function.
No, it's got to be. I got to play this stuff the right way. It's got to be all in. Okay, so like I said, did my homework. I spent the school holidays, June holidays, in my shed, in the shed, and just, you know, just wrote everything out, played the heck out. I was sending him videos of me jamming the songs.
Yeah.
Just say, okay, well, this is just so you're not freaking out. This is what I can do. So
that was good, man. I felt lucky as well personally. Look, Danny's kind of jokingly a permanent feeling kind of thing. You know, he's got a Blaze. That's his baby. He loves us and as a family, and obviously the music as well. So it's rewarding. Yeah, you know, as when we all play together. So I personally was, you know, I've been running this band for a long time, and I was really appreciative and relieved, and I felt lucky, you know, that we can kind of keep going and doing it properly, doing it well. You know?
So it's come together nicely. Yeah. So, you know, having this, you know, nearly, you know, 18 months of what we've been doing, it's been great because again this year we were able to do all the gigs, you know, all the shows in Melbourne, with the, you know, the bulk load of the songs which we still played from the tour. We threw one extra song. We've recently thrown one extra song in from Order from Chaos.
Yeah.
But it's okay, cool. But now this is why it's like, great. We've done this now. Now let's keep that. Let's push forward. Now let's go to the next phase of this band, and put a new stamp on what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good foundation you've built, like as a 3-piece, the tour and 18 months of gigging.
It's been a great year. I think I always look back, and going back to the start of the show, you know, we talk about, you know, you look back and at the shows you do, and I mean, I'm quite sentimental, so my brain's always on the memory train. And I think about every gig we've done, and I can't look back.
I wish we did. Well, to be honest, like I personally, I feel like we didn't play enough since the UK tour and things like that. But again, it's quality.
It's
quality,
quantity.
I know.
Quantity,
I want to play all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the shows we've done have been very good. They've been very well received. I think we've had our audiences have been very good as well. We've always had a good audience, or a responsive audience. Support has been amazing from what we've done. And our show last week, you know, to finish the year was just it was a party. It was a party. It was the icing on the cake.
That was good fun. Especially, you know, playing with the guys.
Those are Blaze guys, man.
But the Killer Clowns gig that we did at Music was probably one of the best gigs we did.
I couldn't believe it.
Was that in the main room?
Yeah. Sold out. It was sold out. It was about 300 or whatever it is. Surprising. I was surprised by that because I know Killer Clowns have a very big following because they're just freaking hilarious and awesome. They put on a great show. But from the moment we got on stage, there was already a massive crowd, and there were so many Warbirds t-shirts in the crowd. So it wasn't. I was like, okay, it's not just a Killer Clowns audience here. Here we go. Represent. There we go. Hey, you can get your
Musicland. They had the
get
t-shirts
your
in the
Warbirds
crowd.
merchandise. Check out the website. Comes in a whole range of sizes for all the pals and gals.
Thank you very much.
All right, good work, my man.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I hope you enjoyed that. It's one of our favourite ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got the little wings on the back.
Oh,
there.
yes.
That's really cool too. Why not? Little hit.
Yep.
For some fun.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we did that Musicland gig. From the moment we walked in, like it was a massive crowd had already started filing in, and
It's funny though, like there's you have your moments through the year, or, when you're playing especially original stuff, and it's like, man, like it's in my blood, man. So I'll never stop doing it. But you have those days where it's a lot of work, very hard work. Sometimes not great returns. Sometimes, And I remember that day, busy day, get the merch sorted, kind of loading the car, we get there, and it was an awesome vibe. And we had some new fans kind of come up to me and they go, "Look, I fucking love your band. It's I've got Warbirds, on the drive to work every day. And it takes 4 songs for me to get to work. Every day I listen to the Warbirds. I'm like, holy crap. And you hear that from just, it's the best, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then we got up and we just destroyed it. We had a great mix.
That was a great
good sound.
Yeah.
I took this cab. I've also got the 112 EVH as well.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And that's got a greenback in it. So it's a little bit different speakers.
Yep.
And my Victory head. And it just had fucking massive. And it was awesome.
Yep.
Like, and we just had a great mix and it was super fun. We
had a great night. Yeah.
Really good.
Loved it. Yeah, great response. Like I said,
and then I was
great,
good for the next month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
that's a great main stage, that Musicland.
It was fantastic. Yeah. we had only half of it because the Killer Clowns drummer has a very unique setup for his, and basically I can't use it essentially. So I had to set my
enough, man.
Yeah,
like it was.
I had to set my drums up on this because there's a riser there. I had to actually set it up on the main, where stage where Anth and Danny are.
So just with us, yeah.
Yeah, so it was alright. It was good. We're on the same
good.
level.
No, it's good.
Used my kit, and the kit sounded awesome. So and the band was like, everything we were doing was just like, oh man, I'm listening to these guys play. I'm thinking, man, these guys, they're on fire. I love that feeling. It's like nothing can go. And nothing can go wrong. It just you're feeling good
with Daniel,
about it.
there's a nice connection there. Rhythm-wise, we kind of bounce off each other
and vocally too.
Yeah, vocally, and we always we're busy performing and whatever, but we have that moment where something might sound really great, and we both kind of it's just a quick look, but we're like, yeah, okay. I know that you know that was good. Kind of thing, You know that I know.
I know you know that I know. Yeah.
You might kill them jeans.
I know this is going.
Oh man.
So
Eddie
so
Murphy.
it was great. So we've had our fun. We've had a fun year. I think we'll say a very successful and fulfilling year with our gigs.
Yeah, the Perth Rocks Festival as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
That was a
Perth
great
Rocks.
experience,
Well,
man.
how
Yeah.
about Perth Rocks?
Sunshine of Your Love.
Yeah.
Is that in every set?
Every time.
Yeah.
Well,
Staple.
that'll be recorded. We'll do a proper
all right.
version of that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, check out. There's a clip on the Warbirds Facebook and probably Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And maybe YouTube. We'll put a link in the show notes of these guys performing Sunshine of Your Love.
So fun.
It's been
Love playing that song.
been
The
in
Perth
set,
Rocks
to be
Festival.
honest, for 12 years or something.
Yeah.
And there is actually on our YouTube channel, there's us playing it different formation back. There was the original bassist, Jace was playing, and the original drummer. That was only in for about a year. And it was our first Cherry gig. So I think it was about 2011. I can't remember exactly, but that song, we've got that song, and it's a similar, it's pretty much the same version. The drumming is a little bit different, but the same kind of build up. It's
same form.
Same form. Yeah. So I want to record it.
Yeah. Why not? But
It sounds tough. It's really heavy. More of a metal version.
Yeah.
Oh, we love playing it. Like it's just fun.
Crowd loves it. Like it's cool the response that I've heard from people saying, "Oh, that's the best like live version of that song I've heard." I'm like, I'll take that.
But it's like Smoke in the Water and Sunshine were guitar songs that bands played back then, but not anymore. And you don't want to tackle them because it's cheesy, I guess, doing the I don't want to say cliche, but the classic kind of. But we put our own spin on it, man. So it's super fun.
Yeah,
to play,
make it on. Yeah, it's really cool. So
yeah, that's a cool clip at the Perth Rocks Festival.
Yeah. So
How was that?
Awesome.
A great,
It looked-
great day.
looked great.
Great few days. It was a great few days there. What, 3 days?
We have to
Friday.
3
or
nights.
Thursday.
3 nights, 4 days.
The Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So
a great.
we had Sean. Well, all the. I guess the shout out needs to go to Sean Bennett and Raging Bear. They're consultant management company that we're with now, and he's one of my best friends. And he teed that up. We were the only interstate band to be playing Perth. And yeah, we did a. He got us. He flew us in early Friday morning.
Yeah.
And we did like a lot of industry night, but he set up a night at the pub with a PA and acoustic guitar and just
Welcome to Perth.
Yeah, some of his bands that he's affiliated with, and friends, and just took almost a meet and greet, put on a nice spread for us, and then
Cool.
on Saturday we played a venue called the Bird in the city in Perth.
Yeah.
So it was like a
Northbridge.
yeah, Northbridge, yeah. Warm up gig. Again, met some awesome bands. Electric State, Joel Viney and the guys from Electric State kind of organised that. And Rob Viney, sorry. And yeah, it was awesome. Just quality people.
Yeah.
And beautiful place as well. And then on the Sunday we had the big festival.
Yeah.
And again, it was just awesome venue. Weather was great.
Yeah.
We were looked after, man. It was really nice. Really good.
Looks like a beautiful part of Australia.
So
I've never
The
been to
best.
Western Australia.
Dude, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't want to come back. I love WA so much. And we
Went to the beach and shit like that, man.
Yeah.
It was great.
every day was literally beach, lunch, play, drink. That was it. Pretty good. Yeah, it
Pretty good.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time there. But the weather, it was that weekend. You probably whether you can remember, but it was the Saturday. It was a Saturday here. It was. You guys were copping it. It was hammering down rain here. It was hailing.
Really shit, yeah.
Okay. We had
26 degrees.
and
man.
it was amazing. You guys were copping it as far as the weather was going, just pissing down, hailing, raining, windy, everything you cop. We are literally at the beach, like cooking. Not a cloud in the sky, sun banging, and it's like.
Looks like a beautiful part of Australia.
I think I'll stay here for a bit longer. Yeah, it was amazing, and the beautiful support we had from Raging Bear as well. I mean, Sean was amazing, taking us around.
Chaperoned us everywhere, man.
Yeah,
and after us, man.
And the whole contingent, the whole group, they were all amazing. I felt spoiled. I felt bad because the way they were looking after us, like they really
could get used to that, huh?
Yeah.
Also the bands, the quality bands on the bill. And so we networked on the day as well. Not networked, but we did. But we just hung out with some quality people and saw some awesome bands from that side of the country as well.
Yeah.
Did an interview there too. So it was really just organised so well. So when it comes to management, things like that, Raging Bear and Sean Bennett.
Yeah.
And his partner Nikki as well. We're just awesome.
Excellent.
It was really good.
Cool.
Really good.
Yeah, we had fun. Didn't want to come home.
No.
Didn't want this.
Come home to a smashed car.
Oh.
What happened?
Someone backed into his car while we were away.
At home?
And he's
I parked at the front of my place.
yeah, going to Perth. I drove to his place.
Yeah.
Left my car there. Then we got a taxi to an Uber
Whatever.
van
Yeah.
to So I left my car. Then come back from the airport to his place, and some banana head has absolutely into my
So
back
back to
door.
his shitty weather and his car's all fucked up. And
Should have jumped back
See
on
what
the
happens.
plane.
See what happens.
when you come back,
That's
if it never came back, your car would never be hit.
yeah.
You would never have known.
I wouldn't have known. I should have just stayed in Perth. The less you know, the better. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
man.
But
All
anyway,
right.
Perth was amazing.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, before we wrap up, just ask you guys something sort of separate to the music. What can you tell us about Anth when he doesn't have a guitar in his hands? Without getting too personal, what's he doing? What does he like to do? What does he like to do? He doesn't just sit around playing guitar all day.
Oh man,
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
23 hours a day, maybe.
I'm a dad, man. I've got a beautiful 6-year-old boy.
Yeah.
So he's my pride and joy. Aside from music, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm currently building the studio, so I'm trying to do as much handyman work, which I'm not great at, to be honest, man. But I'm a chef by trade as well, man. So I enjoy cooking and things like that. They're the other things I do a sort of still creative, I guess, you know. So,
Yeah.
But that's lately. That's been, you know, kind of trying to do a reno on a house, and not trying, we're actually doing a reno on a house, and yeah, man. So I try to keep as busy as I can like that, you know.
Excellent.
But this is all of that is what makes me very happy.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't have that, like everything else kind of turns to shit. So
yeah, it's funny, that, isn't it? It's like you can't just not do it.
Like, and like I said, I mean, we all have had days where you think, okay, fuck this, I'll just, you know, but you need it, and you know, you might be having a shit month or a few tough weeks, whatever. Then we get to play a show, and it just everything's normal. Everything just feels normal.
About you, Looch?
Masturbating, I'm pretty sure.
Beating off.
That and more. Yeah. That's,
okay, but stop at masturbating.
But mostly
thanks,
that.
guys.
Yeah. It's been real. Oh, lovely.
Just teaching the next generation of awesome
absolutely.
drummers.
Look, I mean, they're great, and like, so if I'm not on stage being a warbird, it's that, like, you don't like to look at, you know, work as, you know, your identity, but I mean, luchador music is what I do.
It's you, yeah.
But the beautiful thing about that is it's what I do, and I love what I do.
Yeah.
My students are absolutely amazing. Anyone walks in my door, they're ready to go, ready to learn, ready to have some fun as well. Most importantly, have fun doing what you're doing. Embrace the journey. That's the most important thing. That's what I love seeing. That's very rewarding and fulfilling for me. So even after a big week, like my week is finished now, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm very much fulfilled from that. It means a lot to me, and it's great to see.
And also, he can't sit still, man, so he can't do nothing.
So
there's sports. You watch sports 24 hours a day.
There's my F45.
Non-stop. And he likes every sport. He's got a team in every sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's the NBA team?
Denver Nuggets, and they stink right now.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, hey.
There you go.
Represent. All right, yeah.
Denver Nuggets, man.
Yeah.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Right.
That was my
Rest
era.
in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in
Beyond
peace.
that, I wouldn't have a clue. Who's the other guy?
It's funny you say that, because I found my old basketball cards I used to collect.
Man, I'll show you mine. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. Look, it's
He passed away, didn't he?
Rest in peace.
He just
Legend.
recently, a year ago or something.
No, a few months ago.
7 foot.
Probably.
Dead on.
Yeah,
he
tall.
was on the tall.
7 or over.
The stats on the basketball card.
Love that.
Shit.
That's another lost art form as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, that's my, you know, I love my business, and I love putting time into that. It's almost my work is a hobby for me. But yeah, that was
getting there.
I'm telling the story here, Anth.
Quick, the camera's going to cut out.
Jump around like a monkey, man. It's unbelievable.
I love that. I still like I love the fitness side of things. I still, when I walk into my training, I feel like, you know, it feels like a jungle gym. And
tennis. I play tennis as well.
Yeah, he plays tennis. Yeah, he plays tennis. Okay. I jump around like a monkey. Yeah. So, things like that. They're things that I enjoy.
And he tries to hit you with tennis balls.
That's right. Well, I'm swinging
dodge this.
Yamalaka. Yeah. So, I love that. I love being around people. I love my friends. I love my family. I love socializing. I love going out, sharing, you know, experiences. I love holidaying, going out, eating places. Love doing those things, especially with my wife as well. I got to throw my wife in there.
Absolutely.
You know, who's probably the biggest rock for me, because without her, I would make some very, very stupid decisions.
None of us would be doing any of this stuff without our partners.
Shout out to the wives, and God bless them. So, but all is good on my end.
I think they're also happy to get rid of us, like, for the UK thing. Honestly, man, my wife was too supportive. I'm like, hang on a second.
That was the final determining factor for me. I thought that was going to be the final wall that I had to break.
Right. And she was blasé about it.
I said to when I'd spoken to you, when you said, "Yep, cool. Look, you're in. If you want, it's yours now." I spoke to Beck that same night. She come home later. I said, Anth has asked me to join the tour, the UK tour. Probably going to be a couple of weeks in the UK. What do you think? She's like, go.
Yeah.
Get the hell out.
Booking you a ticket.
She's going to give you 5 minutes.
Yeah, she's like, you have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
I actually remember I remember her saying when we had the farewell gig at the Leadbeater, and she left, you know, shortly after we finished playing.
That was a great show.
And she pulled me up. She goes, "I've never seen Looch this happy in a band before."
Yeah.
We were just like,
I was, and that is the truth.
Like, you love the music.
I will say
like
this.
I'll
gloss up the band as much as I can now, but without sugarcoating or or spinning any shit. Doing this has been the for me personally has been the best band that I've been in my entire life. I've enjoyed every moment of it. I'm playing music live with people that I love.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that I haven't in the past.
Yeah.
I love many of the members, that I've played with and for. But this has been the most satisfying, and I've gained so much more from this, and I'm more fulfilled now than ever than in 20, 25 years of playing in bands. So, thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'll charge you later.
Hey,
I'll
be giving you the invoice for saying what I just said. Right? yeah, I'm charging you.
But I guess you got to go through all that previous stuff to then get to this point.
It's
and
weird.
appreciate
Yeah,
this.
It's weird how it kind of works.
Like I said, I had no interest getting back into doing this again, but now this has shot up out of nowhere. So
that's why you should never give up.
Never
Give up.
Stay in school.
Looch,
my man, always a pleasure. Love you, my man.
Anth, thank you,
man. Thanks for having us, man.
Warbirds, thanks for listening, folks. Check out all the links in the show notes, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Love you all.